YouTube, what's going on, guys? Vaughn back again with another video. Today, I basically wanted to talk about, um, what difficulty are you going to choose in your life? The other day, I was at work and I basically was telling one of my coworkers that um, something was difficult. And she basically was telling me, like, that everything is hard in life. Life itself is hard. And I just started thinking to myself, like, damn, everything in life is pretty difficult. If you stay the same, there's going to be difficulties with that. If you decide to improve, there's going to be difficulties with that. If you decide to go after something that you're not sure is going to work out, but you got to put a lot of time and effort in, that's difficult. That's hard. It's like everything is literally hard. Um, so I just wanted to talk about that because that was on my mind today. Um, just thinking about what difficulties do I want to choose? How do I want to challenge myself through certain difficulties that I'm interested in? Um, and I just was thinking about that today. Like, everything is difficult. So if I stay the same, stay in this position, if I decide to go after something super difficult, super hard, if I decide to do something uncomfortable, all of it is difficult at the end of the day. Um, Sometimes I feel like even for me, um, I've always been looking for the easy way out in life, and I've always tried to do things in a way that was easy, or I always tried to do things in a way that was like, oh, if I do this, I'm comfortable here, so I don't gotta do that, what is super difficult. But at the end of the day, even if I'd stay in the same position and don't improve, then it's still going to be a difficult life. So it's difficult if you're doing something new, whatever it is, and it's difficult if you decide to stay the same. Both are going to be difficult. You just got to decide which one works out best for you at the end of the day. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about. And I want you guys to actually think about that. Think about what things you have avoiding that you actually want to do. Think about things that is like, do you always try to seek out the easiest path? Because I know that I do in a lot of situations, but I'm just interested to know, like, do you guys actually try to seek out the most easiest path? Because sometimes the easiest path is going to lead to more difficulty later on. So it's kind of similar to something, that my grandmother used to say, where she would say, like, you you um you try, it doesn't even make sense trying to cut corners, because sometimes you try to cut corners and that's where the most dangers are involved, versus if you try to take the longer way, it's going to be more harder work, more sweat involved. So you know um at the end of the day, everything is difficult, man. So that's why I wanted to talk about today, that, you know, sometimes, and I'm still guilty of doing this, it's in my head where I'd be like, oh, well, if I do this, this would be easier. And then you're like, damn, but I just made things difficult in another way by not actually doing that thing that I wanted to do because I perceived it to be difficult. And a lot of stuff is not really difficult. Most of the time, it's like new to us. Um, that's what makes it difficult. And of course, the fact that we don't stick with it long enough. So sometimes we don't even give things a long enough time span to even say, okay, you know what? I don't feel confident about this, so I really can't do it. Because if you're just doing it for a little bit of time, that's not enough to say, okay, I can't do this. Did you actually give it time? Did you actually put the work in? Did you actually do as much as you could do to overcome that difficulty? Most of the time, it's no. So, but I wanted to talk about that today, and basically make you guys think about that. That sometimes choosing the most difficult path is actually the best path, because at the end of the day, it will build some character and it will challenge you. And if you're able to overcome that, your confidence can grow. There's a lot that can come from that, even financially. But once again, I'm not a perfect individual. This is something that I've dealt with in my life, and I just wanted to talk about that today. And what my coworker said to me um, really had me thinking when she said, "Life itself is difficult," and I'm like, "Damn." So yeah, life itself is difficult. So if everything is difficult, it is what it is. You just got to try your best to get through it, and at least give it a large enough sample size to say it worked or it didn't work, or you said, okay, you know what, I did this long enough for me to say this is not for me. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that today, guys. And of course, the goal on this channel is always to try to uplift somebody out there, you know, that could be listening, um, somebody that kind of relates to things that I'm saying. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, guys. All right. Peace.